Hey friends, it's excuse me here. It's Tuesday, February something 20th, something like that. Um Told myself I wasn't going to do much. I was going to take it easy this week, and that's what I'm trying to do. As you can see, the sun's still well up, and I also ended up tearing apart my shed a little bit looking for one of those cutty thingies for pipe, and I ended up just buying one because I didn't want to go back and forth with a saw at this stage of the game. So there it is there. I bought one that goes up to 2-inch. So what I did do today is I did go to the stores. I went to Lowe's, Home Depot, Hydroponic store buying stuff. I dry fitted one line here all the way down, so it's all dry fitted now. I gotta go back through and glue. That's for another day, probably tomorrow. I mean, got the little cap at the end here. And then I put together the two beds here with their bulk heads and their little risers. I'm not messing with that side yet. And then I get down here and crank a little bit. It looks like my slope is down a little bit. I'm gonna have to adjust that when I get the piece here. I'll have to pull that up a little bit. But yeah, I started putting the drains in, going along here, 3/4 to 1.5 inches. And I got 3 of them connected. I'm probably gonna have to go pick up another, probably 2 more sticks of 1.5 inches to have enough to do both sides. And then I went ahead and I did a test here, put a rock here just to kind of get that little bump that was there. It's kind of out now, and it seems this pipe fits perfectly. I don't know if you can see it here, but the bevel from the bulkhead, like I said, this 2-inch pipe fits just snug around that. And so I think I'm good with just drilling holes in the bottom of this thing. And I did a test with the hose, filling it up, and I had a pipe coming out of the drain in the buckets, and siphon worked great. I'm not sure about it did break the siphon, but I pulled the hose out once I saw the siphon going. And then I kind of put it back in and kind of let it go and squeeze a little bit, like the flow would be what I want. And it did break the siphon, so I'm pretty sure everything's good to go. I still have to make the shields, the shrouds over each one of those. So I'm wrapping things up. I'm not going to do anything more today. It's starting to hurt again already, so I'm going to pick up the tools, kind of put things back in the shed, and just putter around a little bit. Maybe I'll plant one of those other tomatoes. I'll move one of the full buckets down here. I did shut off the water to the first 3, because if you remember those first 3, I did a little bit of, lava rock up to here. And I'm just wondering about the pH has not dropped at all yet. It's still up 8.5. Well, it was up to 8.8, so it has dropped a little bit. But I was just wondering if that lava rock, because I mentioned red lava rocks, everyone says is neutral. But I had black lava rock in there, and some people say the black lava rock was not quite neutral, so I may have to take those out. So I shut the water off those 3 to see if it goes up. I added some pH down from this pond pH decrease just a little bit, and I'll test again tomorrow. I dumped another bucket of dechlorinated water in there, and I got another bucket filled up to dechlorinate overnight. So yeah, that's it. I'm thinking about an RO filter. I don't know, because I've heard that it takes all the calcium out, and you want calcium in your system. But I guess I can supplement with calcium. So, but adding RO water will help the pH. So I was looking at a couple cheap RO filters at Lowe's for about 160 bucks. Seeing if I can adapt that, maybe put something here, put it up in the wall here, and like I can fill up a barrel or a bucket and let it degas. But that's it for today. I'm gonna wrap up and get in the house and do some work. Hit the hot tub again. I need to calibrate my pH pin. So yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, I'm open to suggestions from anybody, and I'm always looking for new ideas. I watch other people's YouTubes to pick up new ideas, and that's kind of how I'm getting the idea of doing the strawberry. At least one pipe right here. Maybe that's too high. I don't know if I'll put another one up there. Maybe just one wrapped around both sides for strawberries. I can get a lot of strawberries in that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. So yeah, like I was saying, any suggestions down below, comments, questions, I'll do my best to answer. Like and subscribe, and hit the little bell if you want to be notified of any of my videos. So I will talk to you guys next clip. Be good, be happy, and all that other good stuff. Talk to you guys later. Hey everybody, it's Sunday. Back to nice warm weather. We had a couple of days there, probably since Tuesday was the last clip I did, where we had it was very cold, probably actually we had frost. We got down in the 30s at night, and we had a couple days of some light rain. We're back here today, and I didn't get any work outside done while it was like that, too cold, wet, and muddy. It even killed off the little baby tomatoes I had in here, if you can see them there. So I replanted one because they did okay in dirt, but I guess with the water and everything, it was just too cold, and or whatever reasons, who knows. So what I did this morning, real quick, I'm gonna putter around here off and on today, working on the drains and gluing up the feeds. Being Sunday and it's a big weekend of sales, I have a lot of shipping to do, so I'll be going in and out doing that. I did put this together real quick because I'm adding seaweed extract to the system to help the plants. I'm going to start putting in here until the system gets cycled. And this is I forget who I got this from. Turn around this way. It's a dosing bucket. I saw it on the video. The guy's a master craftsman. I don't remember the video and his name. But basically what it is, it's a bucket. He had his right over his sump, so he didn't have his hose thing. But I drilled in a bulkhead. I can't really see. I'm sure you guys can see. I did a bulkhead to a threaded 3/4 inch adapter, and then I had a 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch screw adapter pushed in there, and then a 1/2 inch barb, which I ran the hose into my sump tank. And then up here, I did a 1.5 inch, or no, 1 inch to 3/4 inch, or 1 inch to 1/2 inch thread reducer, plug, whatever you call it, so I can plug it in this spare valve I have here with a barb, and then a 1/2 inch tube, and it goes in the bucket. And inside the bucket, I had another 3/4 inch thread to slip, and I have this piece of scrap 3/4 inch I had hanging around. So what I could do is I fill it up, and I'll go ahead and turn that on now. So I'm filling it up, and I already poured in a 1/2 cup of seaweed extract since I don't have a lot of plants in right now. I'm just going to have a few tomatoes. And once it gets up to this level, I'm going to turn it down to a trickle. Now I'm kind of mixing up the seaweed extract, so it will slowly dose into the sump. You know, this is more for pH. You really don't have to slowly dose in seaweed. I'm stepping in some mud here. I have to fill that in a little more. But you don't have to dose seaweed, but I'm going to do it anyway, just to kind of test out the system and everything. But if you're adding something to raise your pH or lower your pH, you don't want to do that all at once. You want to do that slowly over time. So that's what this does. It can, you know, I can just put this to a trickle. See, it's starting to go over now. And that might be a little too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this up so I can see it in this bucket, and then turn it down. Yeah, a little bit more. I want just a trickle coming out. Yep, that's shut off. Come on. It's really hard to adjust these ball valves delicately. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Oh, I probably did too much. There we go. See, like I said, it's hard to adjust these precisely. Jeez. I guess we'll go with that for right now. Let's try it one more time. And that's just barely a notch and it's gone. It is trickling out. And we can go with that. Let's see, when it's going up this high, it's nothing. So let's try that. So, okay, it's a trickle right there. I hope you guys can see it with the sun glare. It's trickling out, so that's just to give us a trickle. Mixing the seaweed extract in there, and it will come out there. Again, I'm just playing with it. You don't need to do this for the seaweed, more for the pH. So I'll just let that go. And a lot of people have dumped their seaweed in there, and I'll probably will the next batch. Now I have that set up for pH adjustments or whatever I need to dose into the system. I can do it slowly there. So I'll go inside real quick. I also, this weekend, I did a seeding station and microgreen station. Don't know if I'm going to change it, but let's go in. I'll show it to you. I also threw some fish in here. I don't know if you can see. There's only 2 in here right now. There's one. Here's the other. I started out with a couple feeder, and they were too small. They wedged themselves in there, and they ended up into the biofilter and dying. So I got these 2 guys, these 2 baby koi. You know, they're not expensive, and they've been doing pretty well. They've been eating. So just to kind of slowly ramp it up as it cycles and get some poop and nutrients in there for the plants, because I'm going to start adding plants here. Hopefully, this past week was the end of our frost. We don't get a lot of it here, but we'll see. So let's go inside and I'll show you that seeding station real quick, and then I'm going to start working in and out today. All right, let's go. All right, this whole wall used to be all my eBay inventory, and I moved it back into there. I'm not going to show you the pile there. And then here, I want these moved as well, because what I'm going to do is, this is going to be for the seeding and microgreens. And then over here, I'm going to have shelves for supplies and a table here, which I already have right here. Table, I got the legs laying around for setting things up. And this is the first microgreens. I haven't done a video on it yet, but just starting off to see how well I can do. These are radishes. I uncovered them today for the first time, and they're already starting to green up. So yeah, I got this. I already had all the rails for the shelves, so I thought, why not go out? Home Depot had this 6 foot by 20 inch, which is pretty much perfect there for the 10 by 20 tray. And yeah, so, and then I'm going to do them both like this. I'm going to have a fan here, and then I'll have the growing section here, and I already have one 20 by 4 feet heat mat coming, because I don't have a lot to go on there yet. And then I'll get another one when I start doing the upper thing. And I'm probably going to combine the lights and do 2 lights for each row. Now the part is, and I haven't removed any tags yet in case I do want to return these, is I don't know if I'm happy with the size. If I'm happy with doing it this way, you know, spraying the water or pouring the water in the lower tray manually, then this will work. And it's clean. It was easy to put in. It wasn't cheap. These things are, I think it was like $20 a shelf for the 6 foot by 20 inches. And the brackets, I cheated and went to, what are these? 16-inch brackets. So they don't go all the way out to here. And so it's on the edge, it might be a little flimsy, but not really. Because the 20-inch brackets were $10 a piece, where these are $7 a piece. So, And I got 3 shelves, so I can put my stacked greens up here while they're germinating, and then I'll bring them down to lights. Then I'll have supplies and soil bucket down there and everything. But I was thinking they make a 2x4 ebb and flow tray for basically to fit these in, because that will fit these pretty much perfect with room around. And so these shells aren't deep enough, so they come out another 4 inches. Now that can be good because I can drill drains in the bottom that way. I don't know. When I originally started thinking about this, I was going to build this out of wood and build it 2 feet out so I can put my flood and drain trays there. What I might do, and I don't know, is put a flood and drain station here once I get this all cleaned up. Not sure. Yeah. I'm also thinking, and I had to come back and measure, is getting some corrugated white plastic to line the back with and the sides, make it all nice and reflective. So yeah, and I think I mentioned that another fan's gonna come down here, so I have airflow going across each one, and I'll probably put some type of dimmer on the fan because these are 3 switch: high, low, high, medium, and the low is still a little bit high for these plants. So we'll see about that, but that's where I am at now and my thoughts where I might be going. So talk to you guys in the next clip. How's it going? Welcome to my messy office. Yeah, I still have a lot of shipping to do and a lot of stuff to list, but it's Sunday night. I was just watching the last clip that was taken this afternoon. I just want to wrap up this video because I don't like doing really long videos. I think this is going to be close to a half hour, and that's more than long enough. Like I mentioned there in the videos, it was a bitter cold and windy week, so not much got done outside. This week I think we have rain forecast for Thursday and Friday. Let's see what it says here. It says Tuesday. Ooh, high resolution. New storm radar. I'll have to download that. Oops. It's saying Tuesday now we have a chance of rain. What good is a 10-day forecast if they're going to throw things in the last minute? So light rain on Tuesday, 70% chance, and then we have showers on Friday and Saturday. So not a lot's going to get done this week either. So hopefully I can get some work done tomorrow on the system. I would like to get that first row, the drain, especially before it rains. I'd like to get that first row of the drains up and working and start gluing it. But my plan is I want to fill that first row of beds up with water and then let it degas, or the rain would be great. And then just pull the siphon standpipes out, and that should give me enough water into the sump tank to refill them to get them going, especially because I'm going to put hydron in a couple of them to make immediate beds, and a couple are going to be DOWCs. So anyway, I just want to wrap up the video. That's about it. If you like what you're seeing, please go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. I'm looking for suggestions. I don't know everything. I know very little in the grand scheme of everything, but I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I take your suggestions, and I try them out. And like I said, the dosing bucket, I'll have to look up the guy's name and give him credit. He's got some awesome aquaponic builds. This guy is a woodworking craftsman. And I do subscribe to him, so I'm going to find his name, and I'll put his link down below so that you can check his stuff out. He has huge DWC bed, some awesome fish tank setups. So yeah, there's that. So like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I look forward to hearing from everybody, and I'll get another clip out in the next couple of days to show you the progress. See you guys later. Be happy.